Teaching old dogs new tricks. Now, most of us have heard that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, of course, that is not always true, but in general, it does apply to the human nature. As we get older, we don't like to change our ways. We don't like that. But let's look at Acts chapter 18, verse 24 through 26. It says, "Now a certain Jew named Apollos, an Alexandrian by birth, an eloquent man, came to Ephesus, and he was mighty in the Scriptures. This man had been instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in spirit, he was speaking and teaching accurately the things concerning Jesus, being acquainted only with the baptism of John. And he began to speak out boldly in the synagogue. But when Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they took him aside and explained to him the way of God more accurately." That's a key here. See, Apollos was a Jew, which means he was well educated in the ways of the Jewish belief and traditions. He was an eloquent man, probably meaning that he was well spoken, and his manners were very high on the social level. Now, he was a mighty man, okay? He was mighty in the Scriptures. Now note that the written public Scriptures at that time would have been what we know as the Old Testament of our Bible. The New Testament had not been compiled and written at that time. He was speaking and teaching accurately the things of Jesus, concerning Jesus, being acquainted only with the baptism of John. And that's interesting to note that we see that John the Baptist, he preached Jesus, the Messiah, to come. But Apollos had not received the baptism of the Holy Spirit. He did not understand the depths, okay, of what had Jesus represented and what he would become more, I guess you'd say what Apollos would become more in depth with that relationship with Jesus. Now, he was born again. He trusted in Jesus as Lord. He was saved. But there was still some things that he needed to be taught more accurately. Now, there's so much to be said in these few scriptures here, but due to time, the point I want to make is that Apollos, who was a very well-educated, eloquent teacher of the Scriptures, needed Priscilla and Aquila to explain to him the way of God more accurately. So, no matter how qualified you are as a follower of Jesus, be an old dog that can have a teachable spirit to learn more accurately the way and the word of the Lord. Don't be limited by your traditions. And as always, be blessed and keep your eyes on Jesus.